On this week's Fishing Tips segment, Paul Nelson tackles an issue that could save you some frustration while you're out on the lake.
This week we're going to talk about untwisting your line. When you're using lighter monofilament lines, sometimes it can be very irritating to get your line all twisted up. It's actually catching on the end of the rod. You'll make for foul casts. If you're trying to let it off the side of the boat, it's going to be twisted up. And sometimes even when you spool new line, if the spool on the reel is a very different diameter from the spool that you're actually taking the line off, you can get some twist on your line even right from the very beginning. So if there's a real easy method to use to actually drag that line behind the boat. What you want to do is you cut everything off the line so that when you're letting the line out, it's nothing but the line on there when you're untwisting it. And then just put the tip of the rod into the water and get that line going off your reel. And what you do is going to drag it behind the boat. You let that line out, but you want to be real careful that you don't let it all the way out to the knot or all the way to the spool so that you actually can lose the line. So you want to let most of it out, get it behind the boat, and then go at a speed where you're actually having the line stay in the water. You don't want to go so fast that the line lifts out of the water. And what you're going to do then is the tip of the rod is going to be loaded up when you do it, and that line is actually going to turn the opposite direction of whatever way it's twisted. So you drag it behind the boat for a good minute or so. You get that line completely untwisted, then you reel it back up, and it packs real nice on the spool with the water and the tension on the reel. So once you get it back in, try not to reel it all the way into the reel so you don't have to spool it back up on the line guides. But you get the line then back onto your rod, it'll be untwisted, it'll be fresh, it'll be nicely pressed into the reel, and it's going to fish a lot better than when it was twisted. This has been the Fishing Tip of the Week, and I'm Paul Nelson from the Bemidji Area Lakes Guide Service.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.